Jamie Carragher will not appear on Monday Night Football this evening as Sky Sports bosses consider his future after he was filmed spitting at a 14-year-old girl. The former Liverpool and England star was also axed as a pundit from his Danish TV work ahead of the Champions League this week. Carragher was due to be working for Danish channel TV3 Sport and cover the match between Manchester United and Sevilla. The 40-year-old was pulled from both pundit roles as he prepared to make a public apology on live TV shortly. Carragher arrived in London this morning as his £1 million a year pundit jobs hangs in the balance and claims he did not see the schoolgirl before he spat from the window of his Range Rover. She was left in tears after his saliva hit her in the face and said he should have taken it as a joke when her father shouted 2-1, 2-1. Unlucky Jamie lad, 2-1 lad following Liverpool's loss to Manchester United on Saturday. Carragher, who is worth around £15 million, said today, "I'll speak to the family again. I'm sorry. I'll apologise again today properly. I didn't see the girl, to be honest, she was lent back. I wish she wasn't involved. I hate that she was involved more than anything." The unnamed girl told the Mirror, "I have never been spat at by anyone before. I thought, why has he done that? I thought I had done something wrong. People in school take the mick and it is just a laugh. Someone like him who is older should be able to take a joke." Her 38-year-old mother was extremely angry and said that what Carragher did was the lowest of the low. She added, "I was extremely angry and disappointed that he could even bring himself to do something like that. Looking at her, you know she is a child. What did she do wrong? She did not do anything wrong. Spitting at someone is the lowest of the low. It is disgusting. In all the years I've watched football, isn't it all about banter?" It comes as former football hardman Vinnie Jones branded Carragher absolute filth and is leading calls for him to lose his pundit job. Carragher is also facing a backlash online with hundreds of football fans demanding that Sky sack the pundit whose salary is thought to be in excess of £1 million. The shocking video was filmed after the former defender had been covering Saturday's match between his old club and Manchester United at Old Trafford. He was driving home alone when he was being filmed by the driver, who told the Daily Mirror he was having a bit of banter after the game, which had ended with United winning 2-1. But in a moment of madness, the scene turned ugly and Carragher inexplicably spat towards the car in which the young girl was being driven, with saliva hitting her in the face, causing her to cry. Hollywood actor Jones, who played for Wimbledon, Leeds and Chelsea, said Carragher is a coward and needs to get down the job centre. Speaking to presenter Alan Brazil on TalkSport, Jones said, "It is cowardly. How has the lad driving it not driven after Jamie, rammed him, dragged him out of the car and beat 7? You know what I mean. If someone spat at my daughter sitting in the car, I would have been after them. There is no sitting on the fence here. Jamie is down the road, down the job centre tomorrow. Spitting at 14-year-olds through a window? He is presenting on the TV. For Christ's sake, he is supposed to be one of the top men. You can't condone that whatsoever. It is filth, it is absolute filth." Carragher will hold talks about his future with Sky after being caught on camera spitting at a teenage girl from his car. The 40-year-old contacted the girl's family on Saturday and apologized profusely for the incident that, he told Sportsmail, was totally out of order and unacceptable and recognized the shame it has brought on him. He did not attempt to defend himself but could not understand why the driver had made 3 or 4 attempts to film him. Carragher has been synonymous with MNF since he retired in 2013 and has been praised for his work. This incident, however, has been viewed dimly by the broadcaster's hierarchy and they will speak to him over the next 24 hours to hear his views. A Sky spokesman said, "It is unacceptable behavior and we will be addressing it with Jamie." Carragher issued a tweet saying, "Totally out of order and I've apologized personally to all the family this evening. I was goaded 3/4 times along the motorway while being filmed and lost my rag. No excuse, apologies." The video of the incident, which police said took place 2 miles away from Old Trafford, was condemned when it was published. It begins with a man who is driving beeping his horn at Carragher. He winds down the front window of the passenger side of his car and shouts, 2-1 Jamie lad, 2-1. Carragher winds down his own window and says all right lad. He then spits towards the car. At first the driver is unaware of what has happened and laughs until the girl says, "He spat at me." The driver then says, "How? Ooh, nice. Jamie Carragher spat at my daughter. Nice, very nice, Jamie Carragher." The clip ends with girl, who is clearly upset, saying to her father, "Will you stop it now?" When Carragher was a Sportsmail columnist, he wrote a piece in March 2015 following an incident in a match between Newcastle and Manchester United at St James Park when Papiss Cisse and Johnny Evans spat at each other. Red, Carragher wrote a sports mail column in 2015 after Johnny Evans and Papiss Cisse were embroiled in a spitting incident. He wrote, "All those people who have said about Evans he's not that type of lad. Who is then? Is there a list somewhere of names who are that type? It is a stupid thing to say. It's not about his character. It's about whether he had a moment of madness, deliberately or not." He did not attempt to make light of the disgusting nature of the exchange that led to both players being banned by the Football Association, but explained that a leg-breaking tackle was regarded as worse by footballers. Carragher wrote, "As usual, there have been a number of people who have said, it is the worst thing that can happen on a pitch. It is vile, but let me assure you now, I would have preferred Lucas Neal to have spat at me the day he broke my leg in September 2003. One final thing, all those people who have said about Evans, he's not that type of lad. Who is then? Is there a list somewhere of names who are that type? It is a stupid thing to say. It's not about his character. It's about whether he had a moment of madness, deliberately or otherwise. I was spat at once during my career. It came during a UEFA Cup game against Celta Vigo in 1998, and the player in question was a Russian midfielder called Alexander Mostovoy. I was shocked more than angry when he did it because I couldn't believe what had happened." Carragher, who won 38 England caps in a career spanning 20 years, is also employed as a columnist by the Daily Telegraph. Greater Manchester Police said they had not received any complaints regarding the incident. Face masks at the ready. Football fans mercilessly mock Jamie Carragher while others call for Sky Sports to sack him after he spat at a 14-year-old girl by Ed Riley for Mail Online. Internet jokers today responded to Jamie Carragher's spitting incident by mocking him online with a series of hilarious memes. The former Liverpool defender sparked fury as a video showed him appearing to spit at a 14-year-old girl. As the Sky Sports pundit today met with TV bosses, the web was flooded with a series of funny pictures and video poking fun at the star. Others reacted with outrage over the shocking incident and tore into the star as he arrived in London this morning. And as he arrived at Euston Station in London from Liverpool, he said, "I'll speak to the family again. I'm sorry. I'll apologise again today properly." It came as Danish channel TV3 Sport pulled the 40-year-old from their lineup to cover the match between Manchester United and Sevilla tomorrow night. Sky bosses are now deciding whether he should present Monday Night Football this evening.